Hey, what's up guys? So we're here to talk about the new update coming out for Season 20 on April 26th for Diablo 2 Median XL Sigma, which I'm really excited to check out all of the new content that will be coming out, and we'll definitely be live streaming it as well. But first off, if this is maybe your first time here on the channel, you're like, yo, Diablo 2 is getting an update, awesome. Or maybe you follow me for Diablo 3 and you're like, yo, I kind of want to check out Diablo 2. This is definitely an excellent time. But anyways, so basically the ladder is going to be resetting and all that good stuff just like another season. But there's a lot of stuff, specifically the Necromancer is completely getting reworked, which is pretty cool. Now, if you guys have not played Median XL Sigma or you want to learn more about it, the gameplay that you guys are seeing in the background is Median XL Sigma, but I made a short little video and I really recommend you guys to check it out, but I'll have it down below in the pinned comment, so maybe after watching this, go ahead and check that out if you want to learn a little bit more about Median XL Sigma for Diablo 2, because it is a fan-made mod, but you do not need Diablo 2 at all to run and play the mod. You could just download it and it's just really easy. Out of any of the Diablo 2 mods, because I pretty much played almost every single one, this is by far one of the easiest ones to install. You basically just download it, open it up, and update it. But anyways, we're here to check out the patch notes, so let's go ahead and hop right into it. So first off, Season 20, April 26th is when it starts. There is a little button that says show spoiler, and I've opened every single one as a heads up just for like a spoiler alert. It just basically shows you off, of course, the new content that's going to be coming with these new updates, but of course I have to show them, otherwise what's the point of making the video? So just as a heads up, you've been warned. It's basically like waypoints, and it's really not that revealing. They do show off some of the new things that are in the game too, but of course that's what the point of the video is. Anyways, so extended waypoints, basically they added more waypoints to certain areas. Those specific areas are in Act 1, we have the Duncraig. In Act 2 we have the Tren Athulia. And for Act 2, again, we have the island of Skatara. For Act 3, we have Chaldeum. Another Act 3, we have the Tauren jungles. And for Act 4, we have the Silver City, and they showcase off a picture of one of them. That's what the show spoiler is. Like, it's really not, again, too much of a spoiler, but again, I just wanted to, of course, warn the people out. But here's where a majority of these patch notes are, which comes down to the Necromancer rework, aka the Necromancer 2.0. So basically, they said that it felt kind of clunky. In fact, in Diablo Median XL Sigma, you can actually play a legit crossbow Necromancer. If you guys want to see that, we actually did a playthrough of one of the acts as a bow Necromancer, and it was really cool. But yeah, so the Necromancer 2.0 is coming out, basically a bunch of new skills. So the new skills: Blood Skeleton, Nighthawks, Abyss Knight, Iron Golem, Resurgence, and there's a new thing where it says all new summoner skills have powerful effects that scale with hard points. So the Blood Skeleton is a new skill, and it has an area of effective attack and provides a powerful aura to your team. The Nighthawks, which is another new skill, is going to make it so these suicidal hawks will provide a very solid boss killer, and you can summon a lot of them at once. There's also the Abyss Knight, which is another new skill. It says Death Knights with a powerful ranged elemental attack, and their Thermic Blast attack converts damage to both fire and cold, so that's kind of nice. There's a lot of things in a lot of these Diablo mods that are immune to certain elements, so again, that's really cool that it has both. And then Iron Golem, which is pretty cool. So if you guys remember in vanilla Diablo, Iron Golem was the thing that you could use an item and make a golem out of it. Which is pretty cool. But this, he inherits all the stats of that item, which is really cool. And it does persist through games. I'm not sure if you die, if it goes away completely, because that would kind of suck, but that's just part of the difficulty in Diablo 2. And it does persist through games, which is really good. So it means if you leave a game, it will still be in the next game that you create or join. But that's really cool. And Resurgence is a new skill. It's just a powerful passive that boosts your minions' damage and chance to avoid damage. So that's pretty cool. And then they reworked the Totem Necromancer. So it says all elemental totems are now considered separate summons, and you can have multiple of each, which is actually a pretty big deal. But the biggest change here with the totems is totems will now inherit the following stats from the player: spell damage, elemental pierce, energy / strength factor, life after kill, and reanimate. So like if you happen to have something that does something on, like, I'm guessing that's like a chance to reanimate on kill, that will apply to that. That's pretty cool. And then the Totemic Mastery, it's a new skill, increases totem count, life, and grants them a chance to avoid damage. Totem HP is now centralized in this skill. And then Soulbound, which is a new skill. This passive will provide a massive damage boost to your totems when you have one of each, and they are together. Venom Cloud, a new rare unique. You may obtain the Missing Brother via, it says O skill. Be ready to wreak havoc. No idea what that exactly means, but interesting. Anyways, the melee necromancer. This is actually a pretty nice little change here. So the Death Lord no longer converts you into an ugly 8-directional knight. You can see your scythe again. So basically, if you guys remember like the druid from Diablo, if you've played like vanilla Diablo, or just anything that would change your character to something else, that's what this did, and it does not convert you, because when you equip your cool armor and stuff like that, you usually want to see it, so that's kind of nice. If you play Diablo 3, like if you go into Archon form or Vengeance, obviously like the cosmetics don't really matter because obviously it's changed, but that's kind of cool. And then Famine now grants movement speed while in Deathlord form as well, so it's easier to chase your knocked back to enemies. And then support skills, Death Ward rebalanced as a level 24 support skill since it trivialized the ultimate pick. Burning Veil removed it as it was obnoxious to use. The bonus grants have been moved to different places. Bend the Shadows is now an innate skill. Talon's Hold now replaces Black Mass as the new need skill you may actually care about. Death Pact new skill, this devotion-based passive will grant bonuses for hard points invested in the melee crossbow and malice trees. The ultimate, you can't escape your necromancy roots this time. All the ultimate skills are now aura granting summons. Pick wisely. Jin now casts a new range skill, Eruption, which grants extra missiles with invested points. Hellfire aura is very strong elemental focused aura. Rathmas chosen, this Immortal Summon will now have Evocation Aura, which provides strong bonuses to weapon-based builds and summoning stat boosts. Veil King, you are not prepared, really. Okay, I'm guessing this is something to do with maybe Illidan, because that's what he says. Anyways, additionally, there are 6 new Necromancer-only uniques that you can find. They are not only very powerful, but providing new mechanics and strong interactions with all the new skills. These are, and then it names them off. You can't click them, but it's Smokeless Fire, Grim Visor, Iron Shard, Malevolence, the Worshipper, and King's Desire. So looks like we're getting at least 6 new uniques for the Necromancer. Basically, that's huge, and they showcased off a few of the little icons, of course, of the Necromancer, which of course we've opened up here. And then they show off one of the skills over here, which is the Veil King. So it says sacrifice part of your army to resurrect the ultimate skeletal warrior, Veil King. So it says the Skeleton King slows target by 50%, reanimate as Veil Terror 25%, reduce Necromancer and minion count by 50%, 10% chance to cast Plague Grasp on attack. So that's pretty cool. There's, again, more updates though, but as far as class changes, there are more, but that's just what they've showed off for the Necromancer, because that's, I guess, the main one that they are reworking here. Now, hopping into the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is the endgame. Basically, they've stated that it required you almost to have a party to level in the game, and what people would do is they would just get other like characters and just leave them like in the game. So they've reduced the experience per player in the game to 12%. It used to be 50% bonus, but anyways, they summed it up over here. They boosted the experience scaling for level 125 and before, which probably means under. And then the experience gains past 130 is greatly reduced, and even more after 140. And this says, keep in mind, level 150 is not intended to be the standard. So in this game, guys, if you guys didn't know, you do have different levels. Like the scaling of this game is actually much better than like vanilla Diablo. It's just a much better experience, and I really like it. And they also prevented people from AFK XP. Basically, I actually. If you were to transfer items on your own character, sometimes like it would say like, don't sit still, basically, don't sit in town, and basically it's easier just to trade, don't drop items in the ground, because you could potentially get kicked anyways, because it's, even though you're just trying to transfer items, and I totally understand that, it's just so they could prevent EXP AFK. Anyways, ethereal items. So ethereal items, if you guys have played Diablo 3, they don't have anything that's ethereal. They do have the Spoilers of Zakarum, which make it so your items are indestructible, but ethereal items basically have greater stats, but you cannot repair them. There are things that you can modify them, like a Zod rune in vanilla Diablo. They would make it indestructible, but anyways, basically, you can now modify ethereal items. Ethereal items, again, they have better stats, but once they are destroyed, like the durability goes down, that's it. There's no more, you can't do anything with it. Unless, of course, you either want to use it for like PvP or you equip it on Mercenary. Those are the 2 times where the durability won't go down, so that's kind of nice. But they've kind of scaled them down. So the chance to find an ethereal item has been halved to 1 in 40. But on top of that, the damage and defense properties have been halved from 50% to 25%. So Aether items technically took a nerf on that end, but they're buffed in a sense because you can now modify them. And so it says Ethereal durability penalty has been halved as well. They also talk about the illumination rework. So basically, because of course Glide, which is what makes this looks so nice, because you guys are seeing Median XL Sigma. In fact, this was last night when I was playing. But the game looks way better than vanilla Diablo 2, and that is basically done with Glide. But they basically sum it up over here. They're making it look nicer. Okay. As far as extra towns over here, Caldima and Silver City are now the 6th and 7th towns for Diablo 2 Median XL Sigma, which is kind of nice. It just adds an area for you to go to after you die. Just quality of life really is what it comes down to, and they'll have actual waypoints, and you can expect to see more towns in the future. So they're even adding more towns in the future. I'm not sure if they're going to be coming with the Season 20th update, but again, really cool stuff indeed. And then they're talking about the Endgame Rift, new Endgame Rift. It says strange rift tones have started to appear on Sanctuary. Use them to travel to a realm between worlds. Discover what is manipulating the mind and matter and why before it's too late. Play through an epic 15-level quest chain where the areas are transformed with every new game and unique challenges. Wait, monsters gain unique modifiers, which strengthen them as you venture deeper, yet defeating them offers many outstanding rewards, including these brand new crafting options over here. Anyways, in addition to that, you can see it says cube with boots to add bonus, so set movement speed. So there's little modifiers in here. And then lastly over here, they say there's more changes. It says those with successful brave the labyrinth will also be rewarded with a powerful charm, which may be further enhanced by the most diligent headhunters. So again, there's so much new content here. There's going to be, like it said, there's a 15-level quest. Really cool stuff indeed. And then they ended off right here, and more changes and improvements coming with the 1.1 patch. So there's going to be more content. They did mention briefly that they're talking about additional things over here. Expect a lot of balance to class skills, items, and endgame zones, as well as Tremestial dose of bug fixes. We want the community, and this is like thank you, and new fresh ladder, which will be awesome over here. But yeah, cool stuff indeed. And I'm interested to see what else they change, and if they do update, probably will make an update video if the patch notes are extensive. If they're not too extensive, I'm just going to update this perhaps with the pinned comment. But as far as bug fixes, I'm not going to like make a specific video dedicated towards fixing bugs. But if they rework like any of the other classes, I'll definitely update you guys on that. But I'm excited to see, you know, all the new Necromancer skills and see what they change. But I think everyone's going to be playing Necromancer. So if you guys want to see gameplay of the new Necromancer 2.0, make sure you hit that subscribe button. As soon as April 26th hits, you best believe we're going to be live streaming this, because I enjoy Diablo 2. I mean, the game is basically so playable even after many, many years. It's still one of my favorite games of all time. But anyways, like I said, guys, if you made it to the end of this video and you're still like, what is Median XL Sigma? Definitely watch this video. It'll help you kind of get started and briefly explain. Play for a little bit, and then if you want to, you can wait till April 26th, and then that way you can play with a lot of other people that are also, you know, just starting out as well. Because I don't know if they've announced the start date for Season 17 in Diablo 3, and Diablo 2 is an excellent game, and if you have not played it, now is a really great time, of course, on April 26th to get started. And like I said, I have a little tutorial guide on Median XL Sigma. But vanilla Diablo 2 is still great, by the way. If you guys haven't played that, I recommend you guys to play that as well. It's just a really great game. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. And if you're new here and want to see all the new content, of course, when it comes out, I'll get you guys that new content. And we're probably going to be rolling Necromancer when Season 20 starts for Diablo 2. But anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one. I'm signing out.